Okay, continuing the Marvel vs. DC recap from the trade paperback, one of the most bizarre fights was the Superman clone, who was called Superboy, for lack of better terminology, in Spider-Man. Now, if you actually read the book, when those two actually fought, it was pretty much a standstill until Spider-Man shot webbing into Superboy's glasses, then more or less got him, he got him soaked with water, and then got him electrocuted. This was after the Superman the Animated Series, where they threw electrocution, and electricity was a way to essentially defeat Kryptonians. So as always, we'll go through the 9 criteria. Intelligence, fighting ability, strength, speed, durability, that's recovery, invulnerability, energy projection, versatility, and all-important X factor. So I'll get into this. Intelligence. You've got a clone who was raised to about this time, like teenagehood, and Spider-Man. So intelligence goes to Spider-Man. The overall fighting ability. Ironically, you've got a guy who pretty much is a straight puncher. You know, being a clone Superman, he still fought the exact same way. Where Spider-Man actually occasionally uses, punches, kicks. Spider-Man has to use a lot more when it comes to an actual fighting abilities and aptitude. Speed. He's a Kryptonian. Now we're going to look at durability. How well do they recover from an injury? You've got someone who recovers by sunlight and someone who recovers slightly faster than a human. So it goes to Superboy. Invulnerability. I read the comic where Spider-Man tried to catch a bullet and he goes shot it by 2 of them, and he caught one in his hand, the other one he took in the shoulder. Superboy, bullets bounce off of him. So I look at the strength advantage here. While Spider-Man's pretty strong, he's still taking on somebody who is a clone of Superman. So strength is also going to go directly to what we see in Superboy. Energy projection. Ironically, at this time, Superboy hadn't quite figured out the majority of his telekinesis like he's learned later on. So he doesn't quite know how to control that, nor does he have heat vision or frost breath. So I'm comparing somebody who has an occasional ability versus webbing. That's kind of a tough one. I will actually give energy projection just based off the fact that he doesn't really know how to do anything from a distance, and Spider-Man does have some distance abilities. Versatility. This is kind of, what other sort of moves do you bring to the dance? And with this one, I'll probably actually give the edge to Superboy in this one. He does have some of those additional abilities he doesn't quite know how to use yet. At the same time, having some of the additional abilities that, like what Superman has, he would be able to use some of the speed as well as punching the ground and punching other things to use that to his advantage. And if he were to happen to do and panic and touch a wall, he could make it collapse inadvertently, so that'd actually give him the edge. So right now, out of the first 8, we're looking at a 5-3 fight. Now there's that all-important X factor. This one I'm going to put down predominantly as experience. Spider-Man is going to be really good at talking the trash. That's probably going to throw Superboy off his game, which is kind of what he did how he beat him in the comics. So I will actually give Spider-Man the 4th one. So it's 5-4. That means the vast majority of the time, Superboy should have an absolute cakewalk against this. But he is taking on somebody who does have a better aptitude at ranged abilities. His web might not seem like much, but he has actually tried to use it to slow down someone like Juggernaut. It was unsuccessful, but he has used it. He's used it to blind people, so he does have some sort of distance game that he can use. Combining that with the fact that he's quick-witted, he could pretty easily probably toss Superboy off his game, which is pretty much what he kind of did in the comic. But more often than not, Superboy would swish Spider-Man.